Do, 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 do. Jody, good evening. How are you doing today? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Welcome to Music Trivia. Ooh. If you're new here, it's 30 questions that will all be presented on the screen. They are all multiple choice. We are playing just for fun, bragging rights, if you will. Brooks, good evening, Brooks. Rotary dial, Sparky today. Howdy, Sparky today. Welcome to Music Trivia. Chris Fisher. Yeah, fun times. Welcome to Music Trivia. I'm good. How are you? And you? I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I had a pretty. Oh, I turned this thing off. Sorry. Forgot to turn the fan off. I had that fan isolating here earlier because I was cleaning earlier, and I don't really like the smell of Clorox all that much, so I was disinfecting all the stuff in here, keyboards and everything else, and trying to air it out with the fan. I hope everybody had a great weekend though. Give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll get this party started. Gotta dehydrate, rehydrate, not dehydrate, rehydrate, huh? the shady man MI5. I love your shirt from the inside of the prison. Oh, thank you. You know, I'll tell you the truth about doing that skit. Um, it was a jump for me to want to do it. Well, I mean, I wanted to do it, but I wasn't sure how it was going to be perceived because everything on this channel is, that I talk about, everything I cover, every case, and every video I put out, I document everything that I talk about. If I say, the person is in this prison, this is what he ate for dinner yesterday, I have documentation from the prison, or I have a firsthand account from somebody, who a sworn statement from them. I document everything that I talk about. Now, with that said, doing a comedy, a dark comedy skit about Josh Duggar, that is kind of it's out there in left field compared to what I normally do. I mean, I've had the idea about doing a skit like that, or something along that lines for a while. Um, and apparently, from what I gather from looking at the views and the comments and everything else, people really enjoyed it. And thank you. So who knows? I may do some more. I might do a couple more on Josh Duggar. I might do ones on other people, inmates behind bars. So we'll see. Alrighty. Well, we've gotten to the 5-minute mark. Let's get this party started. Do more. Don't do a bathroom scene. No, I won't be doing a bathroom scene or a shower scene. Nothing like that. You know, I tried to keep it as close to PG-13 as I could. There was a lot more that I wanted to put in there that I didn't. Okay, let's get to the first question. Denise Carr, good evening. Welcome to music trivia tonight. Oops, got to click present. There we go. All right, question number one for tonight. What was the original name of the popular punk rock band Green Day? Was it A, Sweet Corn, B, Sweet Lemon Lime, C, Sweet Children, or D, Sweet Gala? What was the original name for Green Day? Cinnamon Hot Hot Hot. Good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia. What was the original name of the band Green Day? Denise Cinnamon is going with Sweet Children. Denise Carr, Sweet Children. Brooks is going with Sweet Children. Jody is going with Sweet Gala. What was the original name of the punk rock band Green Day? Gala is a type of apple. It is. It is. All right, for question number one, the correct answer is C as in cat, Sweet Children. Sweet Children was the original name of the band Green Day. Gee, I wonder why they changed it. All right, question number two. Who was John Lennon's musical hero? The one musical artist he looked up to. Was it A, Elvis Presley, B, Elvis Costello, C, Frank Sinatra, or D, Frank Zappa? Who was the one musical hero that John Lennon looked up to? Shady Man, MI5, A, Denise A. Karen, good evening, Karen. Welcome to Music Trivia. Karen is guessing B. Chris Fisher C. Brooks is A. I'm still trying to add myself to the picture here. So if it flashes back and forth in a blank screen with nothing on it, that's what I'm doing. It for some reason it just doesn't want to add it as a picture in picture. What is going on with this thing? All right, well, I'll figure this out in a second. Who was John Lennon's musical hero? The one musical artist he looked up to. Marie York, good evening and welcome to Music Trivia. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Is going with A, rotary dial, C. Hey, hello, we're here. Oh, wow. That's not what we wanted. Hold on. Oh, sorry about this, everybody. I didn't mean to give anybody a seizure there if you saw that. It all flashing like that. The correct answer to this question was A as in apple, Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley. It was the one musical artist that he looked up to. And see if I can add myself on. All right, there. A was the correct answer. Elvis Presley to question number two. He looked up to Elvis Presley, but he said that the one and only time that he met Elvis, he was a complete jerk and that he was really disappointed in who Elvis Presley was. So, but A was the correct answer. All right. Question number three. Which rap artist was speculated to have earned approximately $20 per second in 2014? Was it A, Snoop Dogg, B, Dr. Dre, C, MC Mikey, or D, Easy E? Which rap artist was speculated to have earned approximately $20 per second in 2014? It just doesn't want to add me to the picture in picture for some strange reason. Oh well. It's 3:12 a.m. in England. Good evening, Hazel, and welcome to the music trivia. Well, good morning, I guess. 3:12 in the morning in England. Which rap artist was speculated to have earned approximately $20 per second in 2014? Go to bed, Hazel. Thank you. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, MC Mikey, or Easy E? Hmm. I'm in bed, LOL. Well, you can play from anywhere you want. I know one person who actually listens to my live streams on Saturday mornings. She listens while she cleans her house. So you can do anything you want while the we're doing these trivia or the morning streams. I know we all have busy lives. Little Linda, good evening and welcome to the music trivia. Little Linda is going with B. Is the icon, is that like a lightning bolt on a little boy's face? Kind of like David Bowie? And Hazel, I am joining you. Okay, which rap artist was speculated to have earned approximately $20 per second in 2014? The correct answer is B, as in boy, Dr. Dre. In 2014, he made millions and millions of dollars for his work in 2014. And it was for the total amount of work that he did, it was, it came out to approximately $20 per second for the work that he did. Shady. All right, question number 4. Other than being the king of pop, what was the lesser known skill that Michael Jackson had a talent for? Was it A, sculptures, B, making pianos, C, cooking, or D, painting? What was the lesser known talent of Michael Jackson? It's a picture of Bowie when he was a kid from Ziggy Stardust makeup. That's what that's what it looked like to me, Linda. That's a pretty cool icon picture. I like it. 'Cause, I mean, that's what I thought. It was like the lightning bolt, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's David Bowie. The first thing that came to my mind. Norwich Shady. C. Ooh, Brooks is going with D. Got to go with C. Cooking. Rotary dial is going with D as well. Hmm. Without even knowing the answer to this one, I could probably rule out B. I mean, if he made pianos in his spare time, that'd be something cool, wouldn't it? And where are all the pianos at? Stupid amount of money, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You'd be surprised. If you take like the total amount of hours that some of these professional athletes make, in sports, you take the total amount of time that they exercise, the preseason, and all the time that they do the practice and everything else in games. You take it all that time and you put it together. What some of these guys make per game, per day, per week, per hour, per minute. It's ridiculous. But again, they only have a 10 to 15 year game span when they can play, and then they're out, and then they got to find something else to do with their career. So they try to make as much money as they can. But it's ridiculous what they make compared to other professions. His daughter said he made delicious French toast, so that's why I'm going with C. Hmm. Shady Man MI5 is going with all of them. Maybe it's all of them. Yeah, maybe. Thank you. Yesterday was Bowie's birthday, and tomorrow is the anniversary of his death. Yeah, tragic. Ebony and Ivory. All right. Other than being the king of pop, what was the lesser known skill that Michael Jackson had a talent for? The correct answer is D, as in dog, painting. And he was actually really good at it. If you ever watch the Neverland tour video or movie, there are quite a few paintings that are hanging in what they were. I don't know if they are anymore or what happened to them all, but in the Neverland Ranch there that he had painted. He didn't just paint portraits; he painted landscaping, he painted portraits, and he painted some abstract. He did a little bit of everything, but painting was one of his talents. Some of the paintings he gave away to like Elizabeth Taylor and to other celebrities, actors, and singers. I don't know if he ever gave one to Macaulay Culkin, but he did give other items to Macaulay Culkin that Macaulay liked when he visited the Neverland Ranch. So, but painting was one of his favorite things to do, and he was actually pretty good at it. If this question was about Tony Dow, the answer would be A. No, I didn't know that about Tony Dow. That's cool to know. All right, question number 5. What was Willie Nelson job before he became a famous country western singer? Was Willie Nelson a rancher, a truck driver, a Bible salesman, or D, a cowboy ranch hand? There were about 30 that sold for about $200,000. Huh. I didn't know. I didn't know he sold them. Sold his paintings. But what was Willie Nelson's job before he became a country western singer? Rancher, truck driver, Bible salesman, or a cowboy? If you know anything about Willie Nelson's side hustle, I guess you could call it, his marijuana business, that it may tip you off to the answer to the answer to this question. Bonnie Wingo Moore, good evening and welcome to Music Trivia. I hope you had a wonderful week and weekend. Bible should be free, lol. That's another story. D, ranch hand, cowboy. Karen's going with B, a truck driver. The Shady Man MI5 is going with C, the Bible salesman. Michael had a tough deal with greedy people when he was alive. I'm sure he did. I'm sure there's a lot of people that that cling to celebrities, as their meal ticket. And, it happens. Oh, it happens a lot. Just like the people who win the lotteries, doesn't matter where it is in Great Britain, here in America, wherever the lottery winners, they say one of the worst things that's ever happened to them, besides win the lottery, is all the people who come out of the woodwork and and expect to with their hands out saying, "Hey, help me." Who do you turn down and who do you actually really give money to? Hazel's going with a rancher. Hope you had a happy New Year. I did, Bonnie. Thank you, and you as well. I hope you had a happy and safe New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Lieutenant RN, good evening. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight. Answer is C, drug hustler. What was Willie Nelson's job before he became a famous country western singer? What was his job before then? All right, I'm going to try this again. It's still not doing it. It still won't add me to and with the picture in picture. There it goes. It finally did it. Hi everybody. Hello. I'm here in this little window. I've never hunted lottery winners, but I might start. Willie also served a stint in the United States Air Force. He did, Jody. He did. All right. The answer to question number 5. What did Willie Nelson do before he became a country western singer or famous? It doesn't matter. Either way, he was a Bible salesman. C as in cat. He was a Bible salesman. If you know anything about his actual marijuana business, if you look at all the different brands and styles of different rolling papers that he sells with his marijuana business, One of the rolling papers is called the biblical roll. Biblical roll. So he has and it has a picture of, and on the outside of the little package, it has a picture of a man holding his hands out with a Bible in one hand and a bag of weed in the other on the little packaging. So you have to unfold it to actually see the full thing, but you only see part of it on each side. But he actually still kind of pays homage to his previous employment way before he became famous. So we never would have guessed that he was a Bible salesman. Yeah, well, everybody's got to start somewhere in this world, right? I bet you can't guess what I did long before I ever did this. One of the first jobs that I ever had. My husband used to mix for albums for him. Mixed. Wow, that's cool. Little Will. Yeah, I'm Little Will in the little window. Wow, I have eaten LSD with a dead family on a Greyhound. Ugh. Wow, that would be fun, I guess, or scary. Man, I sucked today. Last week I did better. You never know, Karen. That we're only on question number 5. We have 30 questions and then 2 bonus questions. So off of biblical paper, Bible paper. Yeah, I will. And Chad, Pippinite, good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia. I'm glad you could be here with us tonight. All right. Question number 6. Oh, it's all right, Pippinite. Question number 6. Who wrote all the song, All Along the Watchtower? Who wrote the song? There should be a period there, so I'll always run on. Who wrote the song All Along the Watchtower, performed by Jimi Hendrix? Was it A, Hank Williams Sr., B, Chet Atkins, C, Bob Dylan, or D, Dolly Parton? Who wrote the song All Along the Watchtower? Look at C. C seems to be A. C, Bob Dylan. Who wrote the song All Along the Watchtower? Raven, good evening. Ravenkind, hi, C. So what did you do? Oh, I went to culinary school and I was an actual chef. The very first job I ever had was I worked in an all-you-can-eat buffet restaurant that did 200 to 300 people a day, and I absolutely hated the job. I quit and I went to culinary school. First thing I ever did, and I did that for quite a few years. And then I said, "Screw this! I hate this. Why am I doing this?" So I went on to different things. We all have to start somewhere in life. I mean, obviously, Willie Nelson sold Bibles. That's what he started off doing. So before he became famous as a country western singer, well, maybe someday I'll be on a trivia list somewhere. What did Will do before he became a famous YouTube star? He went to culinary school and was a chef. And I kind of found it, easy cinnamon hot. I growing up, I have older siblings, but when I was a teenager, my older siblings had all moved on, and left the home, and I had 2 younger sisters who lived at home still. So I pretty much was responsible for cooking and and the kitchen, and buying the food and everything else. We only lived like a half a block from the grocery store, so it wasn't that much of a problem. My mom would just leave money, in an envelope, and I'd just take the money out and go buy groceries, and I would plan out different meals. So I mean, I kind of grew up doing it, so it wasn't that much of a leap for me to actually get into it because I learned at a really young age, how to make everything. So, all right, who wrote all the songs all along? Who wrote the song "All Along the Watchtower" performed by Jimi Hendrix? The correct answer to question number six is C, as in cat. Bob Dylan wrote the song "All Along the Watchtower." Bob Dylan. All right, question number seven. Will the chef? Yes. Food service, long, weird hours, hot kitchen, drugged up dishwashers, servers who came in drunk and don't think we'll notice. Yeah, well, I've been there through all that. My daughter also went to culinary school and worked at Broadmoor for a number of years before deciding she didn't like it either. A lot of people get really seriously burnt out from it, and it is long hours, very stressful. Um, Depending upon where you work, the pay's not always that great. There might be compensation, but and other things, but it's not the best environment. At least it wasn't for me. I actually went on from there to work in restaurant menu development. I transitioned from being in the actual front of the house and actually cooking, and everything else. I transitioned to the farther in the back of the house to actual menu development and planning for a large chain restaurant, and I did that. And I was making a heck of a lot more money, but I was unhappy with my life. So I said, time for another change, and I transitioned. You make a change. Okay, question number seven. Which past president of the United States of America used Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA as his presidential campaign song without permission? Was it A, Bill Clinton, B, Donald Trump, C, Ronald Reagan, or D, George Washington? My first job was in 1979 to 1984 at Bonanza. I was 12, turning 13. Look, 17. Yes, I finished high school. Well, that's cool. Will, I'd like a medium steak, please. Coming right up. Jody is going with B, Donald Trump. Linda B, Denise B. Nobody wants to guess D? Did you lie about your age? Maryland Man. Good evening, Maryland Man. Man? Maryland Man. Maryland Man. Huh. Sorry, just play on words and caught my mind for a second. But welcome to Music Trivia. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm glad you could be here with us. Please share your secret recipes. Thank you. Yep, I worked as a server a lot in fine dining restaurants. The word fine, what a nightmare. The worst fine dining restaurant I ever worked at, I'm not kidding you. The restaurant's name was Jezebel, as in Jezebel the whore from the Bible. That is the name of the restaurant. It was a fine dining restaurant. I think the cheapest plate there was probably 60 or $65 a plate, and that was like for like a Cobb salad. And it was in a college town, and on a busy day, we would do 3 or 4, tables. That's it. The rest of the time, it was just dead. I mean, dead, dead. And once or twice a year, we would book the place full. Whenever like the coaches of the college teams were recruiting kids to come to the play for them in different sports, female and male, wasn't just the male sports, but when they were recruiting, we would pack the place every night. It was no tables available, and it would spend money like there was no tomorrow. But otherwise, worst damn place to ever have a fine dining restaurant in a college town. All right. Which president of the United States used uh, the song by Bruce Springsteen, "Born in the USA," for his presidential campaign song without permission? The correct answer to question number 7 is C, as in cat. Ronald Reagan used the song by Bruce Springsteen, "Born in the USA," without permission. Later, they settled out of court, and then he paid residuals for everything that he had done. And so it was campaign did. But they used the song without permission. And Bruce Springsteen wasn't exactly what you call a happy camper over that. Well, thank you. The shady MI5, give me the answers. C, as in cat, Ronald Reagan was the correct answer for question 7. Thank you very much for the super chat, though. I appreciate that. All right, question number 8. How many members of the English ska band Madness? How many members are in the English ska band Madness? Is it 8, 9, 10, or 7? Josh Duggar will get his commissary account loaded by Jim Bob and be able to make gourmet prison ramen. Probably. Donald Trump makes me laugh. Shady LOL. I have no doubt, Maryland man, that Jim Bob and Michelle will probably keep his inmate account well stocked, and funded. So yeah, he'll be able to make some prison swole, make some meals, and he'll be able to pay off protection. Maybe, we don't know. We'll find out. Denise Carr. I don't know. Crazy restaurant name, Will. Right? The longer version, the reason why he called it Jezebel's was the guy who owned it. He owned a construction company, and he didn't know anything about a fine dining restaurant at all. Nor did he want a fine dining restaurant. He had bought the place and remodeled it, and he did it all for his wife. Then his wife got and him got divorced. She didn't want. She got bored of it after a couple of months. She couldn't figure out why nobody wanted to come into place, so she just stopped going. Employees would show up each day, and the manager, and nobody knew what was going on. Bill Clinton thought he was so cool. Yeah, played the saxophone too. I can't. I think it's a saxophone. Played something that looks like a saxophone. I'm not. Somebody will correct me on what it was. Alto sax or something. What's the answer? I'm guessing A. Betty, great job. CC Jones, welcome to Music Trivia. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us. Betty Blue. He was cool on the sax. How many members are in the English Ska Band Madness? For question number 8. Going with Hazel's answer. Maryland man, you'll need Vaseline. Let's see here. I have the commissary list for the Washington County Jail where he's at right now. Let's see if Vaseline is actually on there. You probably can't see it, but this is the commissary list for the Washington County Jail where he's at. The commissary list, COVID restricted commissary list, I might add. There are certain items that have been removed because they have to be brought in from an outside vendor on a weekly schedule, and they can't keep a weekly schedule. Let's see. We got envelopes, soap, dental, deodorant, health care, hair care, shaving, skin care, personal care. Where would it be? Everything is taxable, by the way, except for candy. For some reason. Cookies, chips, crackers, snacks. Nope. All right, it's got to be underneath personal care. There's beeswax, 4-ounce tube of beeswax, whatever that's for. Well, it's not. There is no Vaseline listed on the Washington County Corrections commissary list. No Vaseline. There's a lot of stuff on here, but that's not on here. I mean, there is beeswax, whatever the hell that's for. Damn. A 1.7 ounce container of what's called clinical strength deodorant is $7.93. Free and clear shampoo, $10.17. Oh well, that we're doing trivia. We're not going through the commissary list of Josh Duggar. All right. How many members are in the English Ska Band Madness? The correct answer is D, as in dog. There are 7 members of the band Madness. Lotions or baby oil? I didn't look, Lisa, and welcome. In case I forgot to say hello, welcome, and I'm glad you could be here with us for music trivia. I will look in a second. Number 9. Question number 9. And yes, this is highlighted because there's a series of classical questions that are coming up first, and I highlighted this first one so I knew where they were. What was Ludwig van Beethoven's final complete symphony? Was it A, Symphony number 10, B, Symphony number 9, C, Symphony number 8, or D, Symphony number 7? Okay, they sell Suave Advanced Therapy Lotion. A 10-ounce bottle of Suave Advanced Therapy Lotion is $4.20. That is it for lotion or anything like that. How much is ramen noodles? 26 cents for a ramen noodle. But that answers your question if there's any lotion or anything like that else on there. Just a one lotion. Smells like lavender, I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't list that. It just says Suave lotion. So it's okay. Daddy Duggar can afford to buy it for Joshy. Church of POS. Good evening and welcome to Music Trivia. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Yeah, it was 91 cent tickets, middle of the really hot summer day, standing on a black paved parking lot. All right, well, cement shoes. Good evening. Okay, question number 9. What was Ludwig van Beethoven's final completed symphony? Question number 9. The correct answer is D, as in dog. Symphony number 7 was his last. Number 9. B, sorry. Number B is the correct answer. Symphony number 9, not D. Symphony number 9, B. Ugh, not D. Look at my own damn answer key here. Next one. Come and get it, devil. Who was the violinist who was rumored to have sold his soul to the devil? And you guys are on your own for pronouncing these names. I'm not even going to try. Which violinist was rumored to have sold his soul to the devil? I was right on my second guess. I thought I knew that one. C.C. Jones is going with Charlie Daniels, right? Duggars threw a big New Year's party. I wonder how lame that party was. I bet it wasn't as exciting without Josh. I bet Josh would have wished you would have been there for it. Mommy and Daddy threw a party without me. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, most of the things on there, Pippadot, are Suave items, shampoos, Suave bar soap, stuff like that. And no, I looked while I was looking at the list. I could not find soap on a rope. It just listed bar soap. Chris Fisher is going with D. Betty Blue is going with A. Whatever that is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Suave is cheap. I don't know if we have any Suave products in our house. We probably do. I mean, it's not that it's beneath me. I just don't. I can't think of anything the offhand that I use that is Suave. I'm sure my wife probably has something that she uses that's Suave. I know a good question. I'll be back. Got a fact check. Okay, CC Jones. Hazel Turner is going with whatever that is. Number D. His wife's womb is getting a very long rest, a long deserved rest. Well, she pumped out what, seven of them back to back to back to back to back pretty quickly there, didn't she? I never understood that, or I, I come from a large family myself. It's just damn, it's got to be hard on your body to have that many children. Okay, come and get it, devil. Who was the violinist who was rumored to have sold his soul to the devil? Question number 10. For everybody who is wondering, it is D as in dog. Nicola Pagani? Paganini? Uh, Paganini? I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't have a clue. Shitty man, who knows? She could be pregnant right now. She might be. Don't know. Question number 11. A game of skill, a game of defense, as much as offense. What game did Mozart like to play while working on his symphonies? Was it A, checkers, B, chess, C, billiards, or D, cards? Good evening, Rykart. How are you doing tonight? I hope you had a great weekend. Hello, everyone. Just join in trivia. Crime tonight? Nope. Music. Next Friday, we will start the trivia on Fridays for crime. Crime trivia on Fridays. Pagani. Okay, there we go. I got this right. Miracle. Checkers. Quilful cult. B. Hey, Will. Hope you're doing well. I am doing great, Mary. Thank you for asking. I hope you are doing good. But Mary is going with B. Guess with chess. Hazel's going with B. I know this one. It's D. Cards. They would be in violation of the mandates of the church. They have to abstain for 60 days after birth of a child. I like to play chess. You can always leave and come back. That's true. The Duggars, 20,000 kids and counting. Right? Pretty much 20,000. I know. They're all having multiples. Lieutenant RN is going with C. What time will you broadcast the Pacific Daylight Time on Friday, Brooke? The when we do the live stream for the crime, 5 p.m. Sorry, I was having a brain fart there. I was like right in the middle of what I was saying. All of a sudden, it's like my mind went totally at 5 p.m. on Friday. That was what was voted on. So we're going to do it at 5 p.m. That way, it's not as late on the East Coast, or or it's too early on the East Coast. In different time zones around the world. We're trying to find time that would fit with everybody, basically, or more people. CC Jones is going with billiards. A game of skill, a game of defense, as much as offense. What game did Mozart like to play while working on his symphonies? Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer to number 11 is C as in cat. Billiards. One of his favorite games was either snooker or long table billiards. He played them both. He had both tables in his home. Billiards. Question number 12. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. At what birthday party did Pelvis Elvis receive as a gift his first guitar? Was it his 10th birthday? Was it his ninth birthday, second birthday, or 11th? Pelvis Elvis. I used to use Suave deodorant. I'm trying to picture what different Suave products look like. Defense and billiards. Moments in trading. Elvis Costello. I think you're on the wrong question. Moments in trading still. Who's that? Who's Pelvis Elvis? Elvis Presley is the question. Pelvis Elvis is a nickname to somebody who is in the stream here that used to refer to Elvis as Pelvis Elvis because the way he danced and shaked. Pelvis Elvis. Ricard Presley. Question number 12. Church of POS is going with D, Ricard B, Hazel B, Gone Girl B. What overrated Elvis? He played pool? Mozart? Yes. He said it calmed him and it made it easier for him to concentrate on his symphonies. Who was Pelvis Elvis? I saw Pelvis. Shady MI5. It's Elvis Presley. The word Pelvis Elvis. The reason why it's in quotes is because there's a member of who is in the stream right now who has growing up always referred to Elvis Presley as Pelvis Elvis. So to pay homage to my fan who grew up calling Elvis Presley Pelvis Elvis, I titled it Pelvis Elvis with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. Tool. Hey, okay. For happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. At what birthday party did Elvis receive as a gift his first guitar? The correct answer is D, as in dog, his 11th birthday. He received his very first guitar, the age of 11. Question number 13. Cement shoes inspired question. How many songs have been recorded about Richard Kalinsky on a main record labels? How many songs have been recorded about him? Is it A 10, B 13, C 9, or D 12? Whoops. Fuck. Well, y'all got a sneak preview of question number 14 when I moved my mouse and bumped it into my keyboard. Helter Skelter, same difference. How many songs have been recorded about Richard Kalinsky on main record labels? And I tried to put the entire, yeah, in case you can't see it because of the picture there, that's the entire YouTube list to the most recent album, complete album on songs about Richard Kalinsky or inspired by Richard Kalinsky. Cement Shoes is going with C. Yes, cement. I only knew about one. I must be slipping. Starfire, Richard Kalinsky. Ooh, um, he's the Iceman. The Iceman. Well, he's a serial killer, all right. And he is, well, he's a bad, bad man. He's also Cement Shoes' profile picture. Look at his profile. That's Richard Kalinsky, a mafia hitman. Yes. Reichardt, Big K Dog. C9. I'm old. I have no idea who these people are. Oh, I'm sorry, Church of POS. Well, Richard Kalinsky is a mob hitman who killed a lot of people. The bad man, serial killer by for sure. Okay, how many songs have been recorded by Richard Kalinsky on main record labels? The correct answer is C, as in cat. 9. 9 of them. 2 of the records with songs that are about Richard Kalinsky one was recorded with CBS Records, and the other one main record was recorded by Interscope Records. I believe that record label is either still owned or was owned by Trent Reznor, the lead singer of Nine Inch Nails. But I don't know if he still owns that record label or not. But those are the 2 main ones that main record labels where different songs about Richard Kalinsky have been recorded. So those are the only ones that I wrote down. Will, trivia question. This famous person's mom only wore one colored sock every Tuesday. What color was it? On Tuesday. One colored sock every Tuesday. What color was it? I'm going to go with red. Betty Blue's going with green. Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails. Yeah. I don't know if he, Smith Shoes, I don't know if he still owns Interscope Records or not. At one time, he had quite a few different artists on the record label with him. I know Marilyn Manson was on that record label. Purple. Got 2 purple guests. That's the type of question you ask. That's the type of questions you ask. B, just a guess. Interesting serial killer. He is. Kalinsky is definitely an interesting individual. All right, question number 14. Dana Benjamin, your first 48 hours in jail left out the best scalloped potatoes ever. Did it? I'm sorry. All right. Question number 14. I've said hello 1,000 times, yet I refer to you by the wrong name still. I know it's Debbie and not Brenda. Can you, though, recall how many #1 hits the Cars had? How many #1 hits did the Cars have? Is it A, 1, B, 10, C, 100, or D, 1,000? I said hello 1,000 times, yet I refer to you by the wrong name still. I know it's Debbie and not Brenda. Can you, though, recall how many number one hits the Cars had? Well, thank you, Pippa Dot. Just watched the documentary about him not that long ago. First time. Hazel was right on one. Never know, you might know more. Got a lot more questions left. The HBO documentary is the best. Right, Kurt's going with B. Chris Fisher, A. Hazel, purple. We're still trying to figure out what color is sock. Did she answer what color of sock it was? I don't know. All right, question number 14. I've said hello 1,000 times, yet I refer to you by the wrong name still. I know it's Debbie and not Brenda. Can you, though, recall how many number one hits the Cars had? The correct answer to number 14 is A. A as in apple. One number one hit. One time Klinsky was talking about a guy he owed the mob money, and he said about him, he hid behind the so he couldn't hide behind the door. I was dead. Cars had a lot of hits. They did, but not number one hits. They only had one song that ever made it to number one. The sock question was a joke about the obscure questions Will asks. Oh, so it's not really a question? Oh, darn it. I was hoping it was like, a real question. I'm sorry. I try not to pick really obscure, questions. All right, question number 15. What is the name of the band who released the number one selling album ever in the United States? What is the name of the band who released the number one selling album ever in the United States? Is it A, the Eagles, B, Pantera, C, Chicago, or D, Chicago 5, Jackson 5, not Chicago 5, Jackson 5? What song was number one? Do you know? No, I did not write it down. I'm sorry. But I did write down the thing about the Iceman. The Iceman Chronicles Genocide by Ganak. I think it's how you pronounce it. Ganjak. The Eagles. And so she was going with D, Jackson 5. A is my guess, but not sure. Moments in Train. What is the name of the band who released the number one selling album ever in the United States? Is it A, the Eagles, B, Pantera, C, Chicago, or D, Jackson 5? Sketty Nona, good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hate this chair that I'm sitting in. If I lean forward in it, it goes all the way to the down to nothing. So I'm almost sitting on the floor. So I have to constantly get up and move and hit the the hydraulic thing again for it to go back up. Smoke them if you got them. Brooks is going with A. Pippadot. Will, I love what you're doing. Thank you, Pippadot. I appreciate it. Really do. Put a lot of work into all of this. Wish more people would subscribe and follow along, but who knows? Maybe eventually people will. All right. What was the name of the band that released the #1 selling album ever in the USA? How did you come up with the moniker Pippadot? I guess Pantera because they're not American. Just a guess. Pantera is from America, Texas. Pantera is very American. Very much not together anymore either. Maybe there's another band called Pantera. But this Pantera is definitely American. Okay. Question number 15. The correct answer is A, as in apple. The Eagles. Never could have babies. As a young girl, I dreamt if I ever had a girl name, I'd name her Pippadot. Cowboys from Hell. Damn straight there, Rykart. I have Pantera tattoo on my left forearm. Personally, my favorite is vulgar use. Cowboys from Hell is a good album though. Okay, no, sorry, I flipped to number 16. Don't trade your heroes for ghosts. How many #1 hits did Pink Floyd have on the American Billboard charts? A, 9, B, 19, C, 1, or D, 29? Don't trade your heroes for ghosts. How many #1 hits did Pink Floyd have on the American Billboard charts? Church of POS is going with C, 1. Moments in Trading is going with C. Radcart's going with C as well. A, Starfire, getting on to A. Lieutenant RN is going with C. Shady Man MI5 is going with A. Brooks, C. Smith Shoes, D. I saw Brit Floyd at Red Rocks. Was that Red Rocks Amphitheater in California? I've always, well, it's the same place. I've always wanted to go there. I'm guessing though, another brick in the wall would be my guess on the song too. I don't know. They deserve an A. Colorado. Oh, Red Rock Amp, Colorado. Maybe it's the same one. Maybe I'm just thinking of the wrong location. Maybe it is in Colorado. The what is it? They're the my brain is fried right now, and I'm just like I'm having these like moments of like everything's just like blah, just going. Will please get a new chair. I'm trying, Pippa Dot. That most of the stores, where things like that, for office furniture are sold, where I live, they're not. I don't have anything like that nearby, so I have to go 2 towns over to actually get to a place that sells office furniture. It's not exactly the most convenient. Otherwise, I have to order it off of Amazon or someplace. Brain fart, yeah. Never forget the self mutilation scene in a hotel room in the wall. It sticks in your mind. How many number one hits did Pink Floyd have on the American Billboard charts? The correct answer is C, as in cat, and the Wall is correct. The Wall was their only number one hit in America. Multiple songs all over the Billboard charts, but it's the only one that ever reached number one. All right, question number 17. American composer John Coolidge Adams premiered an opera in 1987 with which former U.S. president as the main subject of it? Read that again. American composer John Coolidge Adams premiered an opera in 1987 with which former U.S. president as the main subject of it? Is it A, Nixon, B, Clinton, C, Washington, or D, Obama? Hey, teachers, leave those kids alone. Stockfire is going with A. Moments Trading A. Church of US A. Shady MO5 WD40. You think WD-40 fix a chair? Well, if I'm sitting in the chair flat, okay, or sitting back in the chair, if the hydraulic doesn't go down, but whenever I sit in the chair and I lean forward, it just goes. It just goes down. Your Hazel Turner, your internet keeps on going down. I'm sorry. This is the last day that I'm ever going to put up with Charter, Spectrum, or whatever they want to change their stupid name to. Tomorrow morning, we're changing our internet to a completely different company. Tomorrow morning, they've already been out and wired half of the house, and we have 2 different internet services. We have one for the house, and we have one for for the studio. And I have my own router and everything for in here. But this is a business line where in the house we have a residential line. But tomorrow morning, that's it. It has to be A. Washington was dead. Clinton and Obama were president after 87. Moments in trading, breaking it down using logic. See what we got there? It's getting known as going with A. And Jody is going with A. Shady Man is going with B. American composer John Coolidge Adams premiered an opera in 1987. With this former U.S. president as the main subject, the correct answer is A, as in apple. Nixon, good old Tricky Dicky, was the main subject of the opera. Tricky Dicky, WD fixes everything. I mean, hell, I'll spray it on there, the Shady Man, if it'll work. Sorry about that, but my phone going off there. I'll try it if it'll stop it from doing that. It's just every time I lean forward, the chair goes all the way down to the floor almost. But the correct answer to question number 17 was A, as in apple. Squeaky sounds don't bother me, but to many it does. Change my nut to A. Nixon was such a low life. I wouldn't want to write music about him. Well, that's true. Damn, I don't know if he was necessarily a low life. He was definitely a crook. I'm not a crook. All right. Question number 18. Which of the following songstresses was a member of the Mickey Mouse Club early in her career? Which one of these ladies was a Mickey Mouse Club member? Was it A, Madonna, B, Britney Spears, C, Lady Gaga, or D, Cher? Which one was a former Mouseketeer? B, Britney. Starfire's going with B as well. B. Wow. I guess B. Everybody knows B is former Mouseketeer, huh? Fisher's going with B. Sketty Nona, Brooks, Starfire, Moments in Trading, Church of POS, Karen. Oh, Karen's going with A. Madonna. Which one was a former Mickey Mouse Club early in their life? Leave Britney alone. God, you remember that video? Oh, I can't remember what his name is though. That where he, that guy that was crying with the white curtain or whatever it was behind him. Just leave Britney alone. God. That's a viral video for you there, folks. That one totally viral. All over the world. The left-hand RN's going with B. Shady B. Chris Crocker. Was that what his name was? Thank you. I just remember the video. Prez Hilton. B, since everyone is saying B, right, Kurt? LOL. All right, question number 18. The correct answer. Leave Jim alone. The correct answer for question number 18, ladies and gentlemen, is B. B as in boy. Britney Spears was a Mouseketeer. Britney Spears. I didn't know that. I'm not kidding. I had no idea that she was ever on the Mickey Mouse Club or anything. And when I put this trivia question together and I was typing it out, I actually opened up another tab and looked it up. And sure enough, she was a Mouseketeer. MICKEYMOUSE. I used to watch that all the time as a kid. All right. Question, and it's still there. That's where she met Justin Timberlake, JT. Question number 19. Inner Peas inspired question. Which singer-songwriter actually started off as a dancer for a TV show for the TV show In Living Color? Was it A, Britney Spears, B, Jennifer Lopez, C, Selena Gomez, D, Rebecca Black, E, Haley Baldwin, or F, Barbara Walters? An Inner Peas inspired question. Which singer songwriter actually started off as a dancer for the TV show In Living Color? Ryan Gosling was on the Mickey Mouse Club, member, at the same time. Really? I didn't know that. Karen, easy question. Well, I'm trying to give questions that that everybody knows. I'm not trying to pick questions, that for the trivia that are hard that nobody will know. I try to pick a little bit of everything from different, styles of music, but that's the only precursor to it all. I don't pick obscure questions, and I don't try to pick really hard questions. I didn't know that. Inner Peas would go with F, LOL. And she's doing well, ladies and gentlemen. She may not be here tonight, but she's doing well. Rosie Perez was the choreographer for the show, also. Yeah, I didn't know that. My favorite music quiz was the one with a mashup of true crime. Well, the true crime ones are coming again. Smith Shoes this coming Friday. I was A was a previous question. I'm lagging. It's Brittany. It is. I don't pick obscure questions, but what year did Elvis get his first guitar? Well, some people who are fans of Elvis might know that. You might know this one. This might be an easy one. I didn't know the answer to this one until I actually looked it up myself. It was about musicians who were killers. Killer. Yeah, okay. Crime in music. The mix of those. Okay. Why is there an E and an F? You're confuddling me. Inner Peas inspired. She always she always likes to guess, like, a letter that is not an option. Like, if I have A, B, C, D, she'll guess E, or she'll guess F, or another letter, and then a guess of something that's not there. And it always makes me laugh because the most of them are very comical. So the correct answer to question number 19 is B. Jennifer Lopez was a dancer on the Wayans Brothers In Living Color television show. In Living Color was hilarious. Yes. I liked Jim Carrey when he was on the show. I was absolutely hilarious. Was he fireman Bob or something like that? The new Elvis guitar one, because I had read a book about his upbringing. Homie the Clown. Homie don't play that. He hit you with a sock full of sand or whatever it was. Fire Marshal Bill. Yeah. Fire Marshal Bill. All right, correct, Karen. Question number 20. Country music has its root in the folk songs of which region? Country music has its root in the folk songs of which region? Is it A, the flatlands of Mississippi? That's the state, not the actual river. B, the Blue Ridge Mountains. C, the Southern Appalachian Mountains. Or D, the coastal West Virginia. Country music has its root in which folk songs of which region? Oh, I saw you. I'll try and move it back over. Hi, Gayla. Good evening. Popping in to say hello. Well, I just picked. Oh, she just made snickerdoodles, ladies and gentlemen. It's not fair. We don't have smell-o-vision yet. I want smell-o-vision. I want to smell. Oh, snickerdoodles are my favorite cookie. I love snickerdoodles. Where does everyone live? Karen, I'm in the United States. I'm in Washington State to be, to give you a geographic, area of the United States. That's on the west coast of the U.S. In case you're not familiar with that, I don't live on the coast. 8 dozen smell-o-vision. Oh, 8 dozen. Darn, girl, that's a lot of cookies. 8 dozen. I make cookies. I only make like 2 or 3 dozen at max. That because I only have 3 racks in my oven, so I can only put 3 in at a time. So that's all I use. I have a recipe for making cookies is just enough to fill up the racks, and I'm like, okay, that once they're all out of the oven, I put them on a cooling tray, and then that's it. I'm in Leslie, Illinois, North Carolina. Karen, I'm temporarily in Freeport, Illinois. Illinois. I'm in Illinois. Hubby, I will devour them. Southwest Michigan for Emily. Emily, and good evening and welcome to the music trivia. I'm sorry if I didn't say hello earlier. Either C or D, West Virginia, definitely. California, but not much longer. I'm moving in a few months. Don't blame you, Church of POS. Everybody I know has left the state. They're tired of the taxes, the rising property values, the crime, and, well, a majority of them are sick and tired of Gavin Newsom and their liberal policies. Now, that's what they say. So, you take it for what it's worth. I'm not trying to offend people, but that's why everybody I know who lived in California has left. Change it to B, John Denver. I move too soon. There will be no water. And Chris Fisher is in Alabama. I live everywhere in the States. I'm a truck driver. All right. Country music has its root in folk songs of which region? The correct answer is C. C as in cat. Southern Appalachian Mountains. C. Question number 21. Who composed the music for the original Batman TV show? Who composed the music for the original Batman TV show? Was it A, Alexander Mert? I think that's how you pronounce it. B, George Clinton. C, Sonny Bono. Or D, Neil Hefti? Who composed the music for the original Batman TV show? Na 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 na. Batman. Na 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 na. Batman. I thought you were an Englishman. Maybe I mixed you up with Rupel. Rupel is Cement Shoes is definitely in the UK. Definitely. Me and Rupel talk quite a bit. She's a great lady. Great lady. Will, I thought you said you lived in Minnesota. Karen, I was born in Wisconsin and lived there most of my life. Besides Wisconsin, I lived across the border in Minnesota, in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area. And I moved out here to where I am now about 20 years ago, 20 ish years ago, somewhere in there. And I've been here ever since. I'm old enough to remember watching Batman as a kid. Batman's still on television to this day. The original black and white with Adam West is still on. It's on in syndication. It's been on in syndication forever. D or A just can't see George Clinton doing Batman. Dinner, 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 dinner. Batman. You don't pronounce the S in. It's like the name Lyle. Oh, okay. And there is Inner Peas. Good evening, Inner Peas. I changed my profile picture so that shoes. Welcome to Music Trivia, Inner Peas. I hope you are doing better. Who composed the music for the original Batman TV show? Karen is going with B, George Clinton. The correct answer to trivia question 21, I meant to put C, says Karen. The correct answer to question number 21 is D, as in dog. Neil Hefti. Neil Hefti actually wrote and composed the music for the original Batman. Question number 22. What's the name of the original theme song to Lone Ranger called? Is it A, the William Tell Overture, B, Riding High, C, High Noon, or D, Blazing Saddles? What is the name of the original theme song to Lone Ranger? I watched the originals in the 1960s. Told you I was old. We're only as old as we feel. And every day that you're alive, learn something new. Keep the mind active and young. Such a lovely crowd in here. Well, thank you, Shady Man. MI5. Emily Fortilla is going with the William Tell Overture. Lotilla. Reichardt. Oldie but goodie. The name of the original Lone Ranger. Are we on question 20? No, we are on question 22. Peppa Dot 22. Saturday Night Fever. There's our inner peas. Now that I now I know the moral certainty that I'd never be jealous of anyone half my age because nowadays sucks. Think I blew it though. Existential Dread. Good evening and welcome to Music Trivia. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight. Dueling banjos. I'm looking for some dueling banjos, Cement Shoes, because I saw your comment on the video. So I'm looking for some dueling banjos songs. So just in case I do another one of those skits, I will be adding some dueling banjos to it for Josh Duggar. Emily Fertillo, free bird. If you leave a video and then come back, it should be live at that point. Sometimes easier than scrolling. Well, here on with Restream, the streaming software that I'm using, it doesn't have top stream or top chat. It only has live chat. Well, your great dueling banjos for Josh Duggar. Rackard's going with C. High Noon. What was the name of the original theme song to Lone Ranger? Lone Ranger, away! Well, Melissa said to use one of Crystal's eye makeup pencils things to put a gangster teardrop under your eye for K-Dog can lay claim to a body. That's a great point, Cement Shoes. And I'll tell you a little bit of insight on that. Is one of the things that we were actually looking for was temporary tattoos to actually put on my face if I did it again, did another video. But tell Melissa thank you for this suggestion. Yes, that would definitely work as opposed to temporary, tattoos. We could just simply draw them on. It's a good idea. Thank you. Is Josh Duggar in population there in jail? No, Reichart. He is in a solitary confinement. It's a cell that's normally used for disciplinary reasons. He is all by himself, right by the I guess you could call it like the main station where all the guards meet and process inmates in and out. And it's got two plexiglass windows and a door, so they can see in at all times. And he's by himself in that cell. They can until he's actually sentenced. Then they will determine where he goes. But right now, they can't put him anywhere near general population. And the jail doesn't have room for another inmate that would need to be segregated, like Josh Duggar. So he is all by himself currently. Karen is going with A. William Tell Overture. No, I'm going with D. You are reading my answers for the previous question. I'm lagging. Oh. Why do they protect him so much? Why do the people in his life or the jail? I don't know why the family, protects him so much. I mean, they treat all of the other pedophiles who've been in and out of Josh Duggar's life the same way. Well, thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Pear Character flying in the air with a red cape and a smile on his face. Well, thank you. The jail. Okay, in the jail. Um, the reason why the jail is protecting him and has him in an isolation cell all by himself, right, Card, is because it's protocol for the jail. If there was another federal or state inmate who was, who had the same charges, they would be doing the same thing for them. It's nothing special just for Josh Duggar. It's the charges. When it comes to those who molest, abuse children, or anything like that along the lines of the charges that Josh Duggar has, they are the scum of the scum in the jail system and prison system. They'll never amount to anything in the system, and they are beaten, attacked, and murdered more than any other type of inmate in the prison and jail system. Inmates, behind bars do not care for those type of people like Josh Duggar at all. And if they were to put him in population anywhere, he would be a dead man. So it's not just him. If any inmate came in with the same charges, they would do the same thing. All right, what is the name of the original Lone Ranger song called? It's A as in apple, the William Tell Overture. William Tell Overture. Question number 23. Who founded the record label Motown? Was it A, Barry Gibb, B, Barry Manilow, C, Barry White, or D, Barry Gordy? Who founded the record label Motown? Yeah, I'm sure that being a celebrity definitely doesn't help. E. Barry Morphew. Yeah. Yeah. Barry Morphew. F. Mark Furman. I never met Mark Furman, but I met several members of his family. He bought property in Idaho after the O.J. Simpson trial, and it's about 6 miles or so from the property that we own just outside of the same town. But his family would come into town to visit him when he lived there. I don't think he lives there anymore. I think he's moved to someplace else. I think Montana or somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but he lived there for quite a few years. He kept to himself. He was very quiet. And from what everybody said, in town who had interactions with him, he was not the person that they painted him out to be during the O.J. Simpson trial. He wasn't this extreme racist nutcase, and he wasn't, the bumbling police officer that everybody, and fool, like he was painted out to be in the O.J. Simpson trial. They said he was an actual pretty nice guy. But I never met him personally. I met, like I said, I met quite a few of his family members as they came in and out of town. We would just be there, in town at the one or two of those places where you can kind of hang out. They have lunch counter. You can get like soup, salad, and stuff like that. They had one place that was really cool. It used to be a bar, and it had like old Western, like swinging doors and stuff like that. But that's now a pizzeria. Doesn't look anything like it used to. For event lawsuits, all or most women love Barry's musical voice. Pippa thought this one. Hi, Stephanie Fisher. Wow. All right. Who founded the record label Motown? And the PS trivia is always better when you're here. It is. Definitely is. All right. Who founded Motown Records? The correct answer is D. Barry Gordon, not Barry. E, not an A. Barry Gordon. Barry Gordy. Question number 24. They are out there. How many times has NASA confirmed they received an unidentified sound from outer space not made by humankind? How many times have they confirmed this? They are out there. How many times has NASA confirmed they received an unidentified sound from outer space not made by humankind? Is it A, 8, B, 7, C, 3, or D, 2? How many times? Yeah, I forgot to turn my stupid camera on, but you're about to watch me walk away. I'll be right back. I got too many water bottles stacked up around my feet. Cement shoes going with E and -5. I get some beer bottles around your feet. No, water bottles. I had like 8 of them sitting around my feet here. I kept on knocking them over, so I had to go throw them away. They are out there. How many times has NASA confirmed they received an unidentified sound from outer space not made by humankind? I don't believe in aliens. I think it's a fluke. We're here at all now. They want to project the odds of another fluke, unless an alien comes down and tap dances on my head. I don't believe he wasn't a racist. Yes, Karen, you were still on the wrong question, Karen. No clue. Guess it would be music related. Recall some of the first recordings of whales, mind blowing, on a reel to reel. I believe we are the aliens. Ooh. Well, we are an alien species, when you consider Earth and all the species here. That is true. All right. How the answer for question number 24 is D as in dog, 2 times. Two, according to NASA. And both of them, they of the recordings that NASA says that were made by non-human kinds, they have a rhythmic pattern to them. Rhythmic pattern. It's not music, but it's a rhythmic pattern. It came in. The first recording was in a group of 6 different like tone, in order, 6 of them, and then the second time it happened, it was another grouping of tones and it came in groups of three, then a pause, and then three, and then a pause, and then a group of three. But twice that NASA has confirmed that they received a signal or whatever, but they can't confirm where it came from. They just know those picked up by radio telescopes or whatever. How they got it and confirmed it. The last one, in case you're curious, was in 1986. Weird sounds recorded to the ocean scarier than space sounds. Yeah, I watched something on Nova about the cry of whales, and the sounds from the deep. That's some weird stuff. And the thing I was watching on Nova was about the South Pole, underneath the South Pole, and some of the recordings that they have found underneath there. Because they dig through the South Pole, the ice cap, and then go down, and they drop the microphone down there, and they were just kind of watching and listening for whatever kind of species are down there. I mean, that water, Jesus, as cold as it is, there's still life forms there. But anyways, question number 25. How many of the children from the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory went on and had played music professionally or as a hobby in a local band? How many children from the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory went on to play music professionally or as a hobby in a local band? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? It would be foolish to think that we're all alone in this whole universe, in my opinion. Mariana Trench is the deepest part, isn't it, of the ocean? 86 was a good year for aliens. Was it? I guess. I don't know. Is that what year the Aliens movie came out, or something, or Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Yeah, I don't know. I have the Close Encounters of the Third Kind album somewhere down here. There it is. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. When was this released? 1977. Well, that couldn't have been it. I always loved this picture. The alien spaceship and all the people waiting around. Richard Dreyfuss. Composed and conducted by John Williams. Great movie. Talk about useless trivia. No clue. Putting car back in my garage after a smoke break. Be right back. All right, Emily. We'll be here. How many children from the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory went on and played music professionally or as a hobby in a local band? Reichardt is going with 3. C. Sorry, I can't turn off my phone. I know it's annoying and it's kind of rude to have it on, but I'm multitasking tonight. I manage fantasy football leagues, and tonight is the championship for these, for the fantasy football. So I have to answer questions, as I go along tonight for that. Am I the last one to hear Bob Saget died today? No. And her piece is going with E. Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa. Doopy doo. I got another story for you. Oompa Loompa. get when you guzzle down sweets. I can't imagine Baruka Salt doing a band thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer to number 25 is A. A as in apple. Now, MI5, the Shady Man MI5, really quickly, since you actually mentioned Veruca Salt, the most popular band out there was actually Veruca Salt, was the name of the actual band. Veruca Salt. All right. But the answer to this trivia question, going back, it, they had Veruca Salt had almost nothing to do with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, by the way. But Mike TV, the kid with the guns, pew 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 pew, who shot the Mike TV. He is the only one who went on and played in a band professionally, or I guess you could call it a hobby. They didn't really go on to do much, but he still plays the guitar and sings occasionally. But Mike TV, his real name is Paris, but he was the only one of the four. I just saw he was at a hotel. All Hail Me by Veruca Salt is a great song. Found out about 6 hours ago, someone commented he had just gotten his booster shot. I don't know if that was related, Karen. I was reading the story of, online. There was some real sketchy things. One part of the thing about Bob Saget said that he had a lot of medical issues that he had been dealing with for the last couple of years, and then on the other hand, other people are saying that the whole thing was not true. But I was like, to me, I haven't had a chance to look into it too much, but I don't know if the booster shot had too much to do with it. If that side of the health issues was true, I don't know. Okay, let's go on to question number 26. David Crosby, singer and songwriter, loved to play beaten up old guitars. Why did he enjoy them more than a new guitar? David Crosby, Crosby's, Nash and Stills, fame, I guess. David Crosby. He said they sounded like an old lady. B, he didn't care if it got damaged. C, said he could make them sound better than something new. Or D, grew up poor, so he stuck with what he knew and how to tune. Why did David Crosby love to play beaten up old guitars as opposed to new guitars? I know Stephanie agreed. Emily is going with C. C. Ricard Simmons Shoes is going with C. B is like old cars. Yeah, I can agree with that. Well, I mean, that's the way the truck I drive every day. It looks. My family won't ride with me in my truck, and I'm like, that's great, but because the paint's all faded and chipping, on the truck. But it's more reliable than any other vehicle that anybody in my family owns. Love David Crosby, his voice too. Cement Shoes about Betty White. They did correct that to natural causes. See, I follow the crowd this time. Why did David Crosby like to play old beaten up guitars? damn. Leah, hi all within the 401 community. Happy to make it tonight. Frosty out here in northern Ontario. I think C. Well, welcome to Music Tribute tonight, Leah. I hope you had a terrific week. My current car will be my last nice car in my lifetime. B-Dub EOS, and I fight over her. Huh. Okay, the answer to question number 26 is C, as in cat. He said he preferred the sound of an old guitar, and it was better than something new. Sorry to hear that, cement shoes. Exactly, not scared to get it scratched. Parking space, and nobody wants to park by my banger. Right? People see me rolling through the neighborhood. They lock their homes and put for sale signs up. I have to park my truck in my garage. I always do because I have two garages. Well, this studio is in one of the two garages because there are two buildings sitting next to each other in the back part of our property. Get out of my dreams and into my beater car. I like old beaten up acoustic guitars better than new acoustic guitars. Also, to me, old acoustic sounds better. Also, yeah, you have something in common with David Crosby. Question number 27. What book do the Police reference? The Police, as in the musical group, the Police, not like law enforcement, but the Police, the name of the band. What book do the Police reference in Don't Stand So Close to Me? Is it A, To Kill a Mockingbird, B, Catch 22, C, Lolita, or D, George Orwell's 1984? What song and what book do the Police reference in Don't Stand So Close to Me? E, what we didn't know about COVID. Emily is going with D. The Shady Man is going with D. Sixth Sense Amelia. Good evening and welcome to Music Trivia. We're on question 27 of 30 right now. But I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And thank you for joining us. And remember, you can always watch this afterwards and rewind. Haven't got my one shot, not sure I want another. What book do the Police reference in the song Don't Stand So Close to Me? Don't stand so close to me. Hi, Six Sense Amelia. Stephanie Fisher's going with C. I'm not sold. Sting was a school teacher in England. Was he? Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I don't know a whole lot about the musical group, the Police. Tell you the truth, they just weren't one of the of the musical artists and bands that were ever on my radar growing up. Going to make a cup of tea now. We'll be back here soon. So happy to see you all here. And thanks, Will, for starting this and all getting us all together. Well, you're welcome. Thank you. Will's acting skills. Yep, he teach Josh Duggar's favorite book. Well, what is Josh Duggar's favorite book? It's certainly if Josh Duggar's favorite book is the Bible, he might want to try reading the words that are printed on the page. Just an idea. I saw Andy Summers of the Police play live. Wow. All right. What book do the Police reference in Don't Stand So Close to Me? The correct answer is C, as in cat, Lolita. They referenced the book Lolita in the song Don't Stand So Close to Me. Question number 28. Who sang the 1980s mega hit Blinding Lights? Was it A, Pat Benatar, B, Aha, C, Guess Who, or D, Linda Ronstadt? Who sang the mega hit Blinding Lights? I hate to think what that crawling unnatural lowlife looks at in terms of actually reading material. Yeah, me too, Cement Shoes. But unfortunately, I know a great deal more. Sting was a bus conductor also. Kettle is boiling. Okay. The kettle is boiling, ladies and gentlemen. Tea will be happening soon for Leah. Oh my gosh. Go back. I don't know why that happened. Sting was a bumblebee. Sting was a bumblebee. Darn it. It won't let me put my well, I'm not even gonna bother to mess with it again. We only have what, 4 questions left. Black coffee, 1 sugar, please. Black coffee, 1 sugar. Probably a Doughboy biscuit recipe. I'll guess D. Guess D. Nope, don't know this one. Oh. Who sang the 1980s mega hit Blinding Lights? Question 27, just a guess. Hey, just a guess. We're on question number 28. Karen. Hard questions, Will. Are they? Oh, sorry. Question number 28. Who sang the 1980s mega hit Blinding Lights? That was by the band Aha. B as in is the answer. Aha. Yeah, that's a real name for a band. Aha. Big hits. Love the Battlefield B is Take Me On. Take me on the cool. All right. No. My girlfriend had a stalker who was a scientist. What? That one. A sadist, and she was tempted to send him a copy of that. Wow. Aha is brilliant. Take Me On was their big hit. No, they were both big hits. Blinding Lights. All right, question number 29. Which Beatle starred in the movie How I Won the War in 1967, marking it the first time any of the Beatles were in a movie without the other members? Was it A, George Harrison, B, Ringo Starr, C, John Lennon, or D, Paul McCartney? Morrissey? Morrissey from the Smiths? Love Morrissey. Love his voice. Wasn't Ringo in that caveman movie? I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't know if what movies any of these ones have done. Now, I'll tell you something interesting after I give you the answer to this question. And it doesn't matter where in the world you are. If you can find this item, you could have some serious money on your hands. Uh-huh. Left-handed RN's going with C, John Lennon. Rykart, C. Enter P, sorry for the caps. Yeah, for Neil, big time. Leah says A, George Harrison. Yeah, he was. He was in a caveman movie. But was it before 1967? The Fisher's going with C, John Lennon. All four of them loved the Beatles. John was pretty obsessed. Huh. I didn't notice either. Mo H. Welcome, Mo. Welcome to Music Trivia. We're on question 29 of 30. And there's still two bonus questions after this. But Mo is going with B, Ringo Starr. Which Beatles starred in the movie How I Won the War in 1967, marking it the first time any of the Beatles were in a movie without the others? The correct answer is C, as in cat. John Lennon starred in the movie How I Won the War. Okay, who remembers VHS tapes? I'm sure we all know what a VHS tape is. All right. If you can find a copy of How I Won the War on VHS, and it has a picture of John Lennon on the cover of it in World War One trench, army officer uniform. If you can find that on eBay, that VHS tape sells for over 100 US dollars. If you can find the one with him on the cover of it, in it, him in the army outfit in the trench, over $100. The VHS copy of that movie. We're back when life was good. Life is still good. Life is all about how we make it. Dr. B. All right, question number 30. How many languages does singer-songwriter Shakira read and write? How many different languages? Is it 6, 7, 8, or 9? Life was definitely simpler during, I'll give you that, on when VHS tapes were around. Life moves pretty fast now. If you don't stop and and take a look around, you can miss it. Or whichever variation of that saying you prefer. But how many languages does singer-songwriter Shakira read and write? Ferris? Ferris Bueller's Day Off? It's exactly where I remember that from. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Don't forget, if you shove a lump of coal up Cameron's ass in a week, you'd have a diamond. I've seen the movie 365 times from beginning to end. One VHS tape, 365 times I watched it. All so my mother would bronze it. And she did. Don't know, but I'm going with a guess A. Six Sense Amelia is going with D. Shakira rocks. When 5G is up and running in the US, we won't need to talk anymore. People already think a Zoom meeting is in person. Brooke, I hate. Uh, Side note though, I already have 5G service here where I am. I live in a government town, and everything here has been 5G for over a year. Can't see the questions though now, so we'll refresh. Oh, I'm sorry. How many languages does singer-songwriter Shakira read and write? How many? A lot. I have problems with one language, let alone multiples like Shakira. I'm going to call you Will Ferrell. Take the day off soon. You can if you want. I don't know if I'll ever take the day off, so I don't know what to do with myself when I don't have anything to do. How many languages does Shakira sing? Cement Shoes will be right back, but quickly, Cement Shoes. The answer to question 30 is A as in apple. These are the languages that Shakira can read and write: English, Spanish, Arabic, French, Portuguese, and Italian. She can read and write all of those. Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. All right. Bonus question number one. What rock singer testified before Congress about the Parents Music Resource Center? Is it A, D. Snyder, B, Ronnie James Dio, C, Angus Young, or was it D, Tiffany? What rock singer testified before Congress about the Parents Music Resource Center, or the otherwise known as the PMRC? Founded by Tipper Gore, Al Gore's wife. Tipper Gore. I really remember Dee doing this. Six Sense of Meal? Dee? I don't know. Amelia, A, question mark, laughing face. I think we're alone now. Yeah, Tiffany. I threw her into the trivia last time around. The actual song. I think we're alone now. Somewhere in this record collection behind me, I actually have her album, Blue, somewhere in there. E10. If she can't speak Pig Latin. If she can speak Pig Latin. I don't know if she can or not on that one. In her P's. Tiffany wasn't a rock singer. She wasn't. No. No, she wasn't. So I guess we only have three possible options. Wait a minute. Is Angus Young a singer? I think we can rule out Angus Young as being a singer. So that leaves two. Is it A or is it B? Both of them sing. Shady MI5 will say A. I'll say A. D went to the White House. D would go anywhere if he thought that it would end censorship. Inner peace. It was Mr. Rogers. All right. What rock singer testified before Congress about the PMRC, the Parents Music Resource Center? The correct answer is A, as in Apple. D. Snyder. I saw Mr. Rogers in that neighborhood. D. Snyder, and he schooled them hard. You remember D. Snyder showing up there? He really took it home to them and put them in their place. D. Snyder, the lead singer of the band Twisted Sister. For those who have not watched the testimony, they labeled his album with excessive violence for reenacting Wile E. Coyote's cartoons in their videos. Yeah, it's amazing. But you have to remember the time that we had just gotten out of everything else that was going on in America at the time, and the PMRC and Tipper Gore, she just ran with that stuff, and she worked up the suburban housewife, into a frenzy about demonic, records. If you played a record backwards, if you could hear the devil summon your children to not only commit violent crimes. Oh, they believed this shit was real. I mean, how many times did Judas Priest end up in court because somebody committed an awful crime, and they said, well, if you play this album by Judas Priest backwards, you could hear them say, kill the devil, love the devil. Whatever the hell the song was supposed to say backwards. You have to actually try really hard to hear any of that stuff or anything remotely like it, backwards. But they were convinced that it was there. Tipper and her ilk summons the devil every day. They do. I think I'll Google him and watch on YouTube. Sounds amazing. Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. All right. Bonus question number 2. What band of badass mother did all the following make up? What band had all of the following? We're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it anymore. You're right, Cart? What band of all these people were all these people in? Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Dr. Yella, MC Ren, and Eazy-E. Were they all members of Aqua, B, Hi Hi Puppy Amiyumi, or C, the Barney Dino Singers, or D, NWA? D, 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 D. We got a lot of D's. A lot of D's. Nobody thinks that they're members of Hi Hi Puppy Amiyumi. I'm following them. D. I have. They're coming to take me away. Ha ha. Ha ha. On record. B side, the same song backwards is hilarious. I don't understand the question, but B. What band of? Do you want me to read it completely the way it's supposed to be? I will. What band of badass motherfuckers did all these following make up? What band? What band did all of these people belong in? Were they in? Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Dr. Yella, MC Ren, and Easy E. Never heard of them and never will. Sorry, Starfire. I can pop in on almost any live and find him there. Ooh, cement? Cement shoes? It seems like every time I pop into a live stream, Cement Shoes is there. Rock and roll, Will. Tip a dot. Dr. Demento? Dr. Demento's show is where Weird Al Yankovic got his start. Was on the Weird Al Yankovic on the Dr. Demento show. Stairways to Heaven was always played backwards in extreme Pentecostal churches. Really? Well, in case you're wondering, the answer to the bonus question number 2 is D as in dog. NWA. That is all of the questions. All 30 plus the 2 bonus questions for tonight. Um, I hope you all enjoyed them. Now, I don't purposely pick obscure questions. I try not to, or at least questions that are hard. You got one right, Karen? Well, is there a subject matter that you know more about, Karen, that you'd like to see? I'm always open to suggestions. Yeah, K Dog. No. Love the Traveling Wilburys with Roy Orbison. Napoleon, the funny farm song. Fish heads, fish heads. Fish heads, fish heads. Roly poly fish heads. Wheelberries, however you spell the Wilburys. Question: how is the knee, Will? Can you go for a walk around the block? I would go with the big negative no on that one, Brooks. I could, and I have walked around a little bit in the grocery store and stuff like that. As long as I have something else like a cart to hold on to, um, it's getting better. It's a long ways away from being back to where I was. And thank you for asking. But it's a long process. Right now we're still trying to fight the swelling and to build up a fluid in the knee. Since my surgery, I've been in twice to have it drained again. And the doctor says, and his visit, what they call it, physician's assistant (PA), said that it's actually pretty common for the extensive amount of damage and reconstruction that I had in the knee, for the fluid to build up like that. So they say it's within norm. Google says it is, it isn't. It all depends on what orthopedics surgeon site you find, or those who say that they're a surgeon. So, but it's getting better. Arlo Guthrie motorcycle song. Three little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and broke his head. Oh, my son loves the nursery song about the three little monkeys. The doctor said no more jumping on the bed. He loves that. Oh boy, does he love those songs. He loves things that are repetitive like that. Yes, Will's acting. Well, thank you. Very painful. B, just a guess. Karen. Big bad wolf. Don't want a pickle, just want a ride. Excellent documentary on how the traveling Wilbury started on YouTube. A basic search should get you to it. I'll look it up. So wasn't Bob Dylan's son in the Traveling Wilburys, or was he in the Wallflowers? I know Bob Dylan's son is was a singer, Jacob. There is Friday night trivia, starting this Friday, Stephanie. Starting this Friday, every other Friday will be true crime trivia. Every other Friday, it'll be the first episode will be this Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. 5 p.m. That'll be the first episode. Then on Saturday, I'll have my Saturday morning stream, normal news and chat. And then Sunday, music trivia. I decided to separate the music and crime trivia from each other because there were some people who really enjoyed the crime trivia and other people who enjoyed the music trivia. And like there wasn't a whole lot of crossover. I get that. A lot of people really don't like the music trivia. I'm only going by the voices of those who give this a thumbs up, and actually leave a comment, after the video is over, after the stream is over with. I kind of understand that. It's like, music. Why are we doing music trivia on a crime channel? It's kind of, people look at it differently. It's the same reason why some people didn't like this skit that I released about Josh Duggar. Why are you doing a comedy skit on a crime channel? And basically, it comes down to they want you to be one thing and one thing only. Give me this kind of content and nothing else. I refuse to do it. I want to be able to do what I enjoy doing. I gave it 3 years, of being here on YouTube and doing just one thing and one thing only. And I've decided that this is going to be, this is year 4, just like I said when I first started the channel. And when I came to 4 years, after 4 years of doing this, me and my wife would sit down and take a look at where the channel is at. Is it worth going forward? Is it worth doing something completely different? And here we are. This is 2022 is the start of year 4, and at the end of 2022, we'll decide. Is it worth going forward doing what I'm doing, and the amount of content that I'm putting out. Everything, the streams, all of it. So we'll see. You like both the music and the crime? Well, that's good. I wish more people, did. I wish there was more crossover, but there isn't. I mean, and I, people who are in the comment section. I mean, in the streams, there are people who want one or the other, and I can only go by their voices and how they vote. Do they want this content or they want that? And on my community tab here on YouTube, I put a lot of things up for people to vote on. You know, changing the time to what time the streams will happen. People vote on it. They comment below, about what they would like and what would be better for their schedule. And I have to take all that into account because I'm here doing this, and my schedule is open to an extent to be able to do these things. But I have to listen to everybody else and take their what they have to say into account. So crime trivia is the best. Sending you and yours loved ones thoughts and blessings from afar. Must be neat to see the results. Yeah, well, it is. It isn't. Yes, Pippa Duty Ron. I love Duty Ron's content. Huge supporter of his channel and his content. Great time. Good. Well, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. And if I would encourage everyone who if you haven't already, it's the start of the new year. Um, if you think you are subscribed to my channel, scroll down below after the stream is over with. Scroll below. If you see the subscribe button in red, that means you're not subscribed. 87.6% of all those who are watching my content right now are not subscribers. And the more people who join, great. I'm not going to ask you for your money. I'm not going to ask you for anything else. Just want you to subscribe so it can get pushed out to more people who will enjoy the content. Because I don't want to be the best kept secret on YouTube anymore. So I'm going to wrap it up there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. And I hope that every single one of you has a terrific week ahead. I truly do. Stay safe out there, and remember, each and every day, we are, the only ones in control of our real happiness. So take control of it. Make each and every day the best day possible. Have a good night.